All I know is, man, don't treat me like leftovers. So who knows you better than you? Like, who knows you best, right? If you had to pick somebody who knows you best, who would you pick? Yourself, right? Of course you pick yourself, because nobody knows you better than you except for God. So since you know you like you know what you like, what you don't like, you know how you want to be treated. Regardless of what you think you deserve, what you feel like you should get, what you believe you're entitled to, you know, we all have these type thoughts about ourselves. But if you take those thoughts and you put them to the side, how is it that you want men to treat you? Right? That's the question. How is it? What is the manner of treatment? What way do you want people to speak to you? Do you want people to speak to you roughly, abrasively? Do you want them to speak to you like you're a child? Do you want them to speak to you like, you know, you have special needs? Do you want someone to speak to you like you're unlearned? Do you want someone to speak to you very rashly? You know what I'm saying? Do you want someone to speak to you in a bunch of word puzzles and word pictures? And how do you want people to speak to you? How do you want people to treat you, to respond to you, right? Do you want people to react to you, or do you want people to respond to you? All these things matter. How do you want people to you know, touch you or get close to you, or, you know, whether you don't like people to touch you at all, just give me a fist bump or give me a forearm bump, or, you know, I'm cool with a handshake, or I'm cool with a hug. You know what I'm saying? All these things matter. They're all important. Why? We're going to talk about it. So if I know I like to be treated a certain way, I like to be talked to a certain way, I like to be approached and addressed a certain way. If I know, you know, there are certain things that I desire for myself when dealing with another person. I don't care whether it's a parent, a child, a spouse, co-worker, fellow worshiper, or whether it's somebody on the street that you don't know, a total stranger. You dig? Certain way that I want to be addressed, and I want to be talked to, I want to be interacted with, for lack of a better term, right? And so if I know that I want to be interacted with a certain way, then I'm going to interact that way with others first. I'm not going to wait for you to talk to me the way I want to be talked to before I treat you the way I want to be treated first. I'm not going to wait for you to do it first. I'm not going to wait for you to say it first. I'm not going to wait for you to extend the olive branch first. I'm not going to wait for you to give first. I'm not going to wait for you to engage first. I'm going to do everything that I would want others to do to me. Did you catch that? I'm going to do first. I'm going to be the example first to others how I would want, or if I could have it a certain way that, you know, that men should treat me, men should talk to me, men should engage me, men should handle me a certain way. If I have my preference, this is how I want people to treat me, talk to me, engage with me, then I should do that first and foremost. You dig? You hear often, a lot of times, people say, you know, you got to treat people how you want them to treat you. I mean, I'm sorry, you got to teach people how you want them to treat you, right? Because if you don't teach them, how are they supposed to know? Well, this is my answer. How people are supposed to know how you want to be treated? By the way you treat them. If I'm kind to you, if I'm loving to you, if I'm serving to you, if I'm giving to you, if I'm you know, direct and clear and upfront to you, if I don't, you know, if I'm not coming at you with manipulative tactics, and if I'm not coming to you with a bunch of drama, and I'm not coming to you with lies, and I'm not coming to you with problems, and I'm not coming to you with woes me, if I'm not coming to you with all those things, if that's not what I'm giving you, then that's not what I want in return. What I want in return, what I wish that you would give me, or I feel that you should give me, is what I'm giving you. I'm not asking for anything more, but I'm definitely not asking for anything less. And we're going to talk about it in the scripture. You dig? You know, when you done had a good meal and it tastes good and you was looking forward to it, right? It was hot, it was fresh, and you had an expectation. And so, you know, it was fulfilling. You were satisfied. You had all these good feelings. But once it's become leftovers, once it's set in the refrigerator a day or so, once it's like 2 or 3 days old, you don't treat it the same. You don't look at it the same. You don't handle it the same. You're much more nonchalant and I don't know, and kind of iffy, wishy-washy, if you want it, if you don't, or I'm not feeling that, because it's leftovers. But why do we treat leftovers different than we do a fresh cooked meal? But before we do that, please remember, like this video, right? Subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content. And please check out some of the other videos on this channel and share them and be blessed. All right? Now let's get off into this. The way I teach you how I want to be treated is by the way I entreat you, by the way I interact with you. That's how I want you to treat me. So I don't have to tell you, I don't have to teach you how to treat me or how I want to be treated. I treat you and I show you how I want to be treated by the way I entreat you. That's how that works. That's how that should work. Unfortunately, it doesn't. But according to scripture, that's how it should work. What scripture I'm talking about? I'm talking about Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. You dig? Let's read that. Scripture says, therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Matthew 7 and 12. Read it one more time. Therefore, all things whatsoever. Whatsoever means whatsoever. That ye would, that you would want, that men should do to you. This is what they should do, according to you. This is what you would want men to do to you. This is how they should treat you and talk to you and treat you and interact with you and love and give and correct and instruct and show and advise and counsel. And you see what I'm saying? How you would want that men should do unto you, do you even so to them. Give and take, the law of reciprocity. You dig? As it is above, so it is below, right? As I give unto you and speak unto you and think about you and love on you and you know, put you first and all these things, as so that I do unto you is how I would want you to do unto me. All I know is, man, don't treat me like leftovers. As we can clearly see, we should treat others the way we want to be treated, the way we want them to entreat us and respond to us and interact with us. That's how we should be treating every woman, boy, and child and girl. You see what I'm saying? Everyone. Cat, dog. I don't care. We ought to treat every living creature with respect, with love, with honor. You dig? That's how we are to treat everyone. But as far as me and you, human beings, one another, whether I know you or don't know you, whether you're family or none, whether you're a co-worker or non-co-worker, whether you're an adult or a teenager or child, everyone that we come in contact with, we should treat them the way that we would want men to treat us. It doesn't say the way the men are going to treat us. No, see, that's another video for another morning. But it talks about treating others the way we would, or that we expect, or that the way that we would like. What's so hard about that? If you don't want to be talked to any kind of way, then don't talk to others any kind of way. Watch your words. Watch the words that are coming out of your mouth. Watch your tone. You dig? Watch how you formulate sentences, whether they are, incriminating or blaming, or whether they're encouraging and uplifting. You dig? Watch how you joke with people. Read the room, man. Use your discerning, your spirit of discerning. You know what I'm saying? Know when's the right time and when ain't the right time. It's not that hard if we focus a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We got to get in tune with not just ourselves, but with those that are around us. Because, we may be expecting a good morning. We may be expecting a how you doing, a smile, or some type of greeting. And you don't know where a person is. You don't know what they may be going through, right? But yet, instead of you coming in and setting the tone, you come in, you greet, you come in and you set the atmosphere so that people can see how you operate. If they see this is the tone that you set, then they'll match you likewise and respond to you in such tone. If you go in and set the atmosphere, then when they step into that atmosphere, guess what? They're going to have to change to your frequency, or they're going to be very uncomfortable. They're going to have to get going. You dig? But you treat people. You talk to people. You give to people. You want people to know how to give to you? Then you give to people how you would want them to give to you. If you want people to give to you in abundance, and to give to you without time limits, and to give to you without asking a bunch of questions and trying to get, all up in your business. If you want people to give to you a particular way, then you give that way. You give without questions, without, receipts, without recordings, without writing stuff down, without throwing back in your face. That's how you give. Because that's how you want people to give to you, right? Sincerely, honestly, with love, and without a lot of questions. Right? So the same way that we want people to interact and treat us, we have to treat people that way first. And we see that in Scripture. You dig? Just another way of saying, as above, so is below. You know what I'm saying? Just another way of saying, you reap what you sow. Because if you sow love and kindness and gentleness, then that's what you're going to reap. That's what you're going to harvest. That's what you're going to give back. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So that's all that's saying. You know what I'm saying? Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. You dig? Anyway, this is your man Levon. Be blessed on this Testify Tuesday. Just want to come on real quick and share with y'all, you dig, about how we are to entreat other people, because that's how we expect to be treated. How we're to talk to other people, how we're to love and give, how we're to correct other people if necessary, how we're to set boundaries, because this is what we expect for people to do with us. Your man Levon. Remember, Lamella E, love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten. You dig? Love y'all. Check out the videos. Subscribe to the channel. I'll holla.